Imagine, if you will, a world where the very ground beneath your feet could be snatched away arbitrarily by those in power. A chilling thought, isn't it? This is the reality of eminent domain, a concept that poses serious questions about freedom and property ownership. Eminent domain is the power of the government to take private property for public use with compensation. It's a power that can be necessary in certain circumstances, but has the potential for grave abuse if not carefully monitored and controlled. In the United States, the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution provides a measure of protection against such abuse, stating that private property cannot be taken for public use without just compensation. But what happens when the interpretation of public use becomes blurry? Consider the case of Kelo versus City of New London in 2005. The city decided to take private property from homeowners to provide for a comprehensive redevelopment plan, promising jobs and increased tax revenue. The Supreme Court, in a controversial decision, sided with the city. However, the promised development never materialized, leaving a barren wasteland where homes once stood. The city abused the power of eminent domain under the guise of public use, leaving citizens displaced and disillusioned. Or think about the infamous Poletown Neighborhood Council versus City of Detroit case in 1981. The city, in its eagerness to accommodate a General Motors plant, displaced thousands of residents, businesses, and even churches. The promised economic boon turned out to be a mirage, with the plant eventually closing down in 2018. These examples reveal a dangerous precedent where government overreach tramples on the rights of individuals under the banner of public good. It's a slippery slope that could lead the United States into a future where property and wealth are tightly controlled by the government, reminiscent of countries where personal freedom and property rights are mere illusions. And now a new frontier is emerging that could potentially expand the reach of eminent domain even further, the realm of unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. The government's interest in UFOs is no secret, and there are worries that the quest for knowledge and control over these phenomena could lead to further encroachments on private property rights. Imagine, for instance, a world where the government could seize your land simply because a UFO was spotted above it. It's a scenario that may seem far-fetched, but the potential implications are enormous. Would we be willing to sacrifice our property rights for the sake of satisfying a governmental curiosity about the unknown? This is not a call to don tinfoil hats and retreat into conspiracy theories. Rather, it's a plea for vigilance and critical thinking. The right to own property is a cornerstone of freedom and a bulwark against tyranny. It's a right that must be fiercely protected even when faced with the allure of the unknown. So, as the debate around UFOs and government disclosure continues, remember this: personal opinions and emotions have no place in the fight for property rights. The government's desires must not override the rights of individuals. Today, it might be a piece of land. Tomorrow, it could be the very stars above. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and above all, protect your rights. The future of freedom and property ownership may depend on it.